Fish on MC right front. Reserve the seat right front. Good morning. Thank you all for coming. We've invited all of you here this morning to discuss Hullspeed Performance Marine Coatings. This introduction is the culmination of many years of laboratory and field experience. Hullspeed technology is an environmentally friendly underwater bottom coating designed for all marine craft, from kayaks and canoes, tugboats, and ocean tankers. Its unique surface characteristics provides the rugged tenacity of epoxy combined with the release characteristics of silicone. What sets Hullspeed apart from the competition is the hardness. If you're directly involved in the saltwater coating industry, you're aware of the paradigm shift happening in underwater coatings. The World Environmental Body is finally pressuring this industry at large to stop polluting with toxic pollutants that are devastating in marine ecosystems. The result is the introduction of technologies that do not contain heavy metals and organic biocides. They have surface energy that is designed to easily release the accumulation that occurs in marine life. In addition to addressing the marine and environmental toxic issues, there's enormous economic and greenhouse gas benefits. By converting to this technology, fuel consumption is reduced dramatically, and the proportional quantity of sulfur, carbon, and other greenhouse gas emissions is reduced as well. Unfortunately, the current technology available has several major drawbacks. It's very, very soft, it's more expensive than conventional coatings, and it's very difficult to apply. Hullspeed technology, however, provides similar economic and environmental benefits while at the same time eliminating the drawbacks. Cost and application techniques are similar to conventional products, and the coating is extremely tough. Hullspeed technology is a water-based system that meets California Air Resource Board limitations for volatile organic compounds. Hullspeed technology is one of several chemistries produced here in Saratoga Springs by Greenfield Manufacturing. Greenfield started producing specialty chemicals back in 1998 as a contract manufacturer. Over the years, we've produced chemistry for General Electric, for Dow Chemical, Alcan, Alcoa, Momentive, and many other large and small companies alike. Today, GMI produces nearly 8 million pounds annually of chemistry. Our product mix consists of drinking water chemistry, oil additive chemistry that improves engine performance and efficiency, fuel, gasoline and diesel fuel efficiency, zero VOC coatings for ultraviolet curing resins. Various other products are produced on demand. Several years ago, we were very fortunate that NYSERDA recognized the energy and environmental impact of our work with the Hullspeed technology. The funding provided by NYSERDA for the final development and market penetration of Hullspeed technology has solidified our commitment to bring this technology to the marketplace. Hullspeed coating technology is currently in the trial phase on many commercial vessels around the world. Closer to home, in fact, currently we have a New York State Department of Environmental Conservation application this week, as well as an offshore oil rig supply vessel company in Galveston, Texas this week. Next week, we've got two of our folks headed down to St. Petersburg, Florida, to apply Hullspeed 3000 to a second Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission control code. We're currently working with the New York State Naval Militia on a second application for their vessels based on the performance of their PB400, which patrols the New York Harbor. That boat was coated last June. Basically, the NYSERDA funding has made a big impact on our ability to bring this technology to the marketplace. Now that you'll have a better understanding of who we are and what Hullspeed technology is all about, I'd like to introduce our distinguished guests. I'll ask that questions be held until after each of our guests has spoken, and we'll all be available to take questions at that time. Our first guest is well known in our area. Please welcome Chris Gibson, Congressman.
Well, good morning, everyone. Very honored to be here. Actually, very excited to be here as well for Greenfield Manufacturing. And I'll talk initially specifically about this particular initiative. I want to talk more generally about why I'm so excited here today. And, for Greenfield Manufacturing, this technology, this is going to help us move beyond and to deal with some of the challenges that we're dealing currently in maritime operations. I think, as Dwayne mentioned, you get an appreciation for the fact that the coatings that we have on most of our shipping right now among other things, combat particles that get on the ship. And so, to a degree, it's addressing that situation, but there are toxins that are coming from the current method. So we're paying for that. We're paying an awful price in terms of the environment. What we see here today is our ingenuity at its best. You see a concept being brought forward and bringing forward new composites that allow us to both address the issues that the current coatings are doing, but do so in a way that does a couple things. One is it cuts down on fuel consumption, so it's energy efficient. And the second thing is it's good for the environment. And, so at this point, what we need to do is really applaud what greenfield manufacturing is doing. Done right here in upstate New York. We're solving problems right here in upstate New York. And we've got many of the folks that are helping and contributing. I want to talk more generally now. And just say that this partnership that's been done, you see Chamber of Commerce here, you see SEDC here, and also Franklin and NYSERDA, because we're very blessed here in New York to have this operation that really helps facilitate and make possible these kind of initiatives at a time when the costs would be very difficult for a company to endure, particularly a startup company, not a large corporation. And this is the kind of leadership that Frank brings to upstate New York that makes us different from other states. And I would tell you that, whether it's today we're talking about coatings, whether we're talking about photovoltaic, or we're talking about wind power, these are tough issues. These are very significant challenges to be able to make these models profitable. So it certainly has had a great breakthrough in terms of technology. But the issue right now is profitability. But you know what? We're a country that can do hard things. We've shown that time and time again in the course of our history. And we will tackle the issue of manufacturing, the high cost of manufacturing as well. I believe we will. In fact, we've got prototyping going on in the old Depot plant at Half Moon that's dealing with the photovoltaics, with a very ambitious goal to drive down the total cost for manufacturing and installing solar power down to 9 cents per kilowatt hour. And you know what? If we're able to do that, that form of energy is going to compete with any other energy out there. Today, you see Frank's support for Dwayne's company and what they're doing in terms of the coating for our shipping, as I mentioned, are going to help drive down fuel consumption and therefore drive down overhead and also help protect our environment. So be proud. Be proud for that we have the creativity, the leadership and small business, that we have a community that supports us, and that we have an organization, NYSERDA, and it's so incredibly well led by Frank, that we lead the country, we lead the world when it comes to these type of developments. So thank you very much for the opportunity to be with me, and I appreciate that. Thanks.
Next, I'd like to introduce Frank Murray, President and CEO of NYSERDA.
Thank you, Dwayne. And Chris, thank you very much for those kind compliments. I do have the pleasure of leading a very well fine, talented group of young men and women at NYSERDA. It is a unique asset. I've been all around the country over the last 30 years working in this space, so to speak. There's nothing quite like anywhere else in this country. An organization of the caliber of people who were able to put together at NYSERDA. It's always a pleasure to be up here in Saratoga County. It's a very short trip from Albany. I invariably am up here with Chris recently. And that's because it's a theme that keeps emerging every time we get together. And that theme is the creativity of the private sector here in New York State. The role that innovation has to play in promoting the resurgence of our economy. The role that innovation has to play in creating jobs. Now, many times I'm standing before a crowd announcing that NYSERDA is awarding funding to a manufacturing firm to promote the company's exploration of the new energy-efficient technology. And in this case, we are happily returning to a company we've been working with for 3 years to report on how that product has performed. And as you heard from Dwayne, it is indeed good news. When Dwayne created the high-tech boat coating known as Hullspeed in 2002, it was a confluence of both work and a hobby. Dwayne had started his chemical company 4 years earlier, but long before that, he'd been a competitive sailor who was raced in a number of world-class events. And it was Dwayne's interest in trying to make a faster sailboat that prompted him to create a coating that would allow boats to go faster. Now, while it took some time to find participants, eventually some sailing teams tried Greenfield's coating with some pretty promising results. In 2007, Greenfield became more serious with this effort, and soon after, NYSERDA stepped in with the first of 2 funding incentives. Since then, we've provided about $340,000 to Greenfield to help the company further its effort in developing and later promoting and testing its Hullspeed product. Now, why does NYSERDA care about a paint that goes in the bottom of the ocean? Well, it's because transportation is such a large consumer of fossil fuels and a contributor to greenhouse gases. Overall, transportation is responsible for 3/4 of all the petroleum consumed in New York State and 40% of greenhouse gas emissions. The marine sector makes up a considerable portion of that. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers estimates that in 2009, more than 40,000 marine vessels in the United States transported 852 million tons of materials, an average of 560 miles per haul. At the same time, an estimated 13,000 gas diesel-powered pleasure boats also plied the waters in and around the United States. The simple fact of the marine transportation world is that commercial and recreational boats and ships have long had poor fuel economy. And much of that problem is due to physics. The amount of energy needed to push a boat through water is much higher than moving a car first truck down the highway. Also, drag caused by the growth of plankton and other materials below the waterline can also slow a boat down. And while there's little that we can do to change the laws of physics, certainly government and NYSERDA can't, changing the nature of both coatings is another matter. When we first funded Greenfield, we were hoping to see improvements of at least 1%, which frankly is a pretty significant number in the transportation sector. Now Hullspeed users are reporting improvements in speed and fuel consumption of as high as 8.5%. Indeed, an impressive number given the difficulties in attaining improved performance in the marine transportation. And if Greenfield's product is embraced by industry, as we hope it will be, it will go a long way towards making all manner of boats both faster and cleaner to the environment. Now, Governor Cuomo has declared that New York State is open for business. But if we as a state have fully realized the benefits of the governor's call to arms, we must be prepared to embrace both in spirit and reality the need for partnerships among government, academia, and the private sector. And that's very much what we're about in NYSERDA. And I'm particularly pleased we're able to do it with business such as Dwayne's. On Sunday, I was down in New York City, Earth Day, to celebrate the installation of LED lighting on the MTA subway tunnel. Quite impressive. That product was developed by a company just like mine, a small company in Long Island. We were able to provide them with a small amount of money, a couple $100,000, seed capital to develop the technology. That's what we try to do at NYSERDA. Work with folks like Wayne and others in the private sector, capitalize upon the brains and the wherewithal of the academic community here in New York State, and the brilliant minds that we have there, and putting all of that together, working together, introducing innovation, introducing new ideas, creating opportunities and jobs here in New York State. And nowhere, no portion of our economy plays a bigger role than that in small businesses like Wayne and the company that's talking about it all night. So indeed, as we celebrate Earth Week, let's also celebrate the vitality of the manufacturing sector here in New York State and the important contribution of small businessmen like Wayne and colleagues, men and women all across the state, are playing and researching the state's economy. Wayne, thank you for having me here today.
Next, I'd like to introduce Todd Shimkus of the Saratoga County Chamber of Commerce.
I'll be brief. You know,
know, the chamber, one of our primary roles is to be a visible and vocal promoter and advocate of our members. You know, sometimes, however, we're challenged, and here's the challenge we have with GMI, is that most businesses just quietly go about creating jobs, creating new products, and doing what they love to do. And that's creating good manufacturing jobs here. It's creating great products that you can sell around the world and that make a huge difference for our environment. So our challenge is that we have many of these small firms that quietly go about their business. And so I'm really thrilled today that we finally get to unveil and showcase what GMI has done. And the other thing that I think is really important is what has made Saratoga County so successful economically is the fact that our public and our private sector partner. We figure out ways to work together to accomplish things that could not be done solely on our own. And so thank you as well to NYSERDA, and thank you to Congressman Gibson for their support of companies just like this and so many others to make Saratoga County a great place in which to live, work, and own and operate business. So thank you, Fran, thank you, Wayne, and thank you, Chris. Congratulations. Thank you. One last talk. I'd like to introduce Marketing Director for Saratoga Economic Development Corp, Michelle Snyder.
Thank you, Dwayne, and the Greenfield Manufacturing team for inviting SCDC to participate today. I'm here on behalf of Glenn Cross, and the SCDC president, who has previous commitment and sends us regrets for not being able to be here. But we at SCDC are excited about the innovative energy-efficient Hullspeed coating that Greenfield Manufacturing has developed in conjunction with NYSERDA. Success stories like this prove that there are real business opportunities in the green tech movement, and the opportunities are local and they're happening now. This project serves as a shining example of good things that can come when the public and private sectors work together. Thoughtful public policy initiatives that come from our representatives in Washington and the state, and innovative funding programs at the federal, state, and local levels allow companies like Greenfield to get their ideas through the research and development stage and out to market. Hullspeed will not only have a real measurable impact on reducing energy consumption and reducing pollution in our waterways, they'll help Greenfield Manufacturing to create jobs and retain jobs and serve as the cornerstone of our local economy. We're here to celebrate Greenfield Manufacturing and their innovative thinking, and thank you again.
Well, that's what we have to say. Again, thank you all for coming. I think, Chris, do you have a little bit of time to answer some questions? I think the five of us will be here to answer any questions you may have. We can, if you want to come up, and if anyone has questions, we'd be happy. Or if you want to talk individually with
I think I got a group photo of all the speakers into it. Oh, good.
So please help yourself to refreshments so we don't have to take them all.
Nice to see you. Get you over here, Chris. Sure. Why don't we, you want to try to get it all on, analysis. And also, right now, the shipping the issue is the 26 that we have on now is action for certain.
There's different procedures.
Job creation, moving back to downtown, checking our stuff and, you know, at the same time, there are Medicare, Social Security, well, it's actually reminds me a lot of come back after about 90 days or so for these races and moves on. So at that point, it's certainly very sad to lose the friends that we have. It's also very challenging that weight there's some with that. And already our place has been all the major very important. Saw last week how Paul wins what a part specifically targeted players small and medium size manufacturing, small manufacturing, hard work people support the hospitals and also our institutions and higher learning and all of these elements and you know, given the fact that I have these royal public conservatives and I think it's fine. It's fine. It's new. It really appreciates that. certainly, as I mentioned, that's the starting point. I believe that based on my recollection, voting record,
We're gonna miss you guys. Yeah, you're good right there. Fire away, Ashley. I was going to say fire away, Ashley.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So how is it important for having serious support behind the
I think a lot of people disagree with that. good. I can ask that question. Thanks a lot.
Very nice meeting you.
Me too, my second. What happens is if you can get it back up, usually it's jammed. Before I think it's what's common to all three of those innovation. I happen to believe